From Ninajirachi, I love my computer. I feel a little silly that I didn't touch on this album earlier this year. This Australian electro-pop artist has only a mixtape and a few EPs before it, not much of a backlog to get through, and all the critical acclaim was certainly intriguing as to where it was all going. I can't say on that 2022 mixtape I was that wowed by the blubbery balance of wobbling future bass with the filmy, watery splash of hyperpop synths, or her hazy, wistful chirp of a voice. I certainly heard the Charlie XCX and Caro influence, but compositionally I found it really solid, especially in the transitions. And for this, well, I understand a lot of the critical acclaim, as Ninajirachi released a strikingly earnest love letter to the grinding, pulse-pounding, but skyward-looking EDM of a very specific era between about 2011 and 2013, where if you're drawing the Charlie XCX parallel to her first hit, I Love It, might be more applicable to Iconopop or Dev or any number of producers who straddled that electro-pop line, the precise moment where the club boom went outside for the festival crowd with the very earliest touches of future bass and hyperpop, but with way more refined mastering, mix balance, and transitions around the gurgling pulse of the dance beat, the fat saturated synths, and the stuttering reverb gloss. The drop pop parallel of this year, it reminds me a lot of what Perry did on her self-titled album in presenting a clear nostalgic throwback, but as someone who lived and partied through that era, I can hear where the rougher details have been revised just to sound better match that memory. And more specifically, it's a love letter to the computer that allows Ninajirachi to make this music. And while her voice wasn't particularly strident, there is a tenderness in her affection for the tools of creation that were absolutely misunderstood by her teachers at the time, but let her express herself. It's self-conscious and a little too horny. Like on Delete, every tentative stab at connection feels like it's on the cusp of being retracted, with the clear knowledge that said computer can also expose her to some very dark shit, the snuff film of the bizarrely upbeat infohazard springing to mind, but that's also the reality of creativity, the artisan admiring what can be brought forth from her tools. And there's a real vibrant charm and meta text that alongside the rough edges, I found it all really endearing, like on iPod Touch, All I Am, and Battery Death. Even growing up in this era, I've got somewhat shakier nostalgia for it, especially when all the pitch-shifted vocal filters come in. So yeah, while I think texturally it doesn't fully connect for me, I'd struggle to call it all the way great. I didn't love this sound at the time, don't always love it now. It's certainly intriguing, and for a demo where this was more formative, I absolutely get the connection. It's vibrant, percussive, nailing the balance between abrasive and heartfelt and fun along the way. Yeah, it's a ride. Check it out.